Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the After Whistle podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Agundis.
I'm Murray Bell.
I'm Casey Pectel.
We have a guest today, Mr. Braden Cobb. Braden, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me today.
Awesome. So we ask all of our guests these questions. How long have you been playing fantasy football, and how many leagues are you in this year?
Yeah, so I've been playing for 4 years now. We started off in just a traditional format for the first couple years, and then I'm in two this year. So we started going to the keeper league this year. So we're getting a little fancy now.
And I've heard these punishments in this league are legendary.
Yeah, we've had a few brutal punishments. For some reason, we keep going back to the dog cage. We're trying to retire that every year. It gets worse and worse. I bought larvae and crickets for the person who lost last year, and I almost bought a snake. So we're not no one wants to get in the cages next year. The punishments are getting worse and worse by the year.
That's
All right.
that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, you got to be in there for 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
So we had
Long.
nacho cheese
A
and
long 5 minutes.
Oh, it's the
300
longest
seconds.
5 minutes ever.
oh yeah. All right. Well, the Yankees got one last night. I was
They were
thinking
always going to get that one.
I know.
Yeah.
I said it. They were going to win the bullpen game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was trying not to have like the same reaction I had because when the Mavericks got that game 4 against the Celtics,
Hmm.
shit, is this like a series all of a sudden? Like, because it was a blowout too, kind of like how last night it wasn't super
Yeah.
close. And I'm like, have they like figured it out now? Like, are we cooked? So what I learned with that series was we are not, in fact, cooked. Everything is okay. Dodgers close it out tonight.
My
Done
thing
deal.
is, my thing is that even if they don't win tonight, they have two games at home
I
with
was somebody asked me yesterday, like, at what point, if you're a Dodgers fan, do you get nervous? And I said, the second the Yankees have the lead in game 6.
yeah.
I was telling Jost this as well. I don't think the Yankees are going to win a game if they don't hit a home run. And they hit three home runs last night. I think the truth is they're a team of power. And if you get someone on, anyone can hit one out at any given time. So if they don't hit a home run, they're not winning a game.
It is interesting, though. Garrett Cole tonight. It's a good pitcher. Yeah. Then you got what? Rodon game 6. I know he got kind of rocked game 2, but I mean, he's supposed to be better than that. And is Yamamoto, he's going to go game 6, I assume. Is he going to be that good again?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what scares me.
And then all of a sudden, you got game 7.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
And you have
The
Walker
pitchers
Buehler.
could be Jost and Casey, and we got ourselves a game.
You have Walker Buehler pitching game 7 if it comes
He
to
looked good. He did look good.
yeah. He looked
Yeah,
like Walker from
pulling Garrett Cole in that game one was
Questionable.
crazy. It was
Yeah.
very questionable. I mean, what was it? There was two on base.
I thought there was, yeah, one out and a runner on first in the 7th, and
Yeah,
he was at like 80 pitches.
and I mean, it's like, what the hell are you doing? This is a World Series. Yeah, he wasn't even at 90 pitches.
You're dealing, let them deal.
Just
Yeah,
what I'm trying to read what's on your TV behind you. I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
distracted.
it's the Daryl Dixon show. Well,
Oh,
yeah, Daryl Dixon catching up.
I was trying to read it. I was too.
Yeah, I was like looking at it, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got paused. So
I got you. I got you.
I was eating breakfast while watching. That's one mistake I always make is I watch The Walking Dead while I'm eating
That's
because
interesting.
it gets gruesome. All right, moving on. Week 7. We haven't talked about this in a while, but there's a guy I'm juiced up about,
Ooh,
and it's Mr. Jaden Daniels, who won me a week because of the Hail Mary. I was down 4. We had nobody left. Jaden Daniels was my only player going. And this is a league where you get bonuses. You get a 2-point bonus for going over 50 yards. So I didn't
okay.
care. I didn't need the touchdown.
Hmm.
He was at 250. If he would have gotten over 300, I would have won because I would have gotten the 2 for each 25 points and then the 2 or 3 bonus points for going over 300. And I would have won. The touchdown that helped. I won by 3.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I
talking
got
about the touchdown, what about I think we need to bring up the Bears cornerback, Tyreek
Oh,
Stevenson.
yeah.
What's all that about?
dude, that was such a tough look.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's got to be like, I don't know. That's one of the worst things that's happened to a DB in a while.
In a
Like
while.
it was just like there's nothing you can do to explain
And
this.
what's worse is he's the guy that tips it. Like it's not just that he's involved on the play, like he's literally the guy that does the whole
And it's
thing.
also like it's not only like he was doing it before the play started. He was in the middle of the play. He was
The best is there's like a picture where at the bottom of the screen they circled it. It's like a group of Bears fans
Oh,
yeah,
pointing
they're
up
all
to
pointing.
the fucking play is going on.
Yeah, that was absurd.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw he posted a Twitter. He posted on Twitter like his
Hey,
apologies,
Paul.
like right after the game. He must have just gotten ripped and then went straight to Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Probably. Yeah.
Juice.
that was
I'll give you.
crazy.
I'll give you two things that I'm juiced up about.
Okay.
First off, I just want to make sure I'm not. Have I talked about the Derrick Henry ticket on here?
Yeah, you have.
I have.
You
Well,
have.
we're plus 125 still. We're still the favorite right now.
Nice.
Braden.
And then the other one. Oh yeah.
Burry bet Derrick Henry to win Offensive Player of the Year at the beginning of the year this year.
Wow.
What was it at?
$30 to win 1,500.
That's crazy, dude.
And
That's
we're halfway through the season, and he is plus 125. He's the favorite. Saquon is second at like plus 350, I think.
I like Henry. I mean, he's
As long
he's
as he
the
keeps
he's the
scoring, man.
powerhouse there with Saquon. Like we saw last game, he ran for over 100 yards but he didn't get any touchdowns. Like Jalen Hurts is out there sniping touchdowns to
That's what I
goal.
mean. I need more of that. I need more of that. The other thing that I guess it's the Giants defense kind of. So in both of my chop leagues, I'm on the chopping block going into Monday night. I'm up essentially 11 points in some decimals in the $1,200 league. And in the $600 league, I'm up 17 in some decimals. And in both leagues, it's the last guy is George Pickens going. Dude, that last drive where he catches that ball out of bounds on the sideline, it bumped them above me for a second. They went to 105 something, and I'm like, shit. Like I was at 104. I'm like, I got cut. Then they stat adjusted him below me.
oh
I
my.
ended up surviving by 0.08 points, not even 1 yard.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Can you believe that? There's across both of our teams, like all of those players, it came down to literally 1 yard.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'm
That's
juiced up
crazy
that the
to think
Giants
about, man.
defense held it together there just a little bit at the end.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
You guys do you two have anybody you're juiced up about?
Yeah, I got one. Casey, you want to go?
No, you go for it.
Yeah, so I think we all saw the recent news of Anthony Richardson taking a nice little seat on the bench. And how about Josh Downs? He's someone that I picked up on the waiver wire, I think after Flacco's first start. I let him sit for a little bit. He's not gonna do it. He did last week. I think he had a what 60-yard touchdown catch that gave him his points. But I think with Joe Flacco coming back in, I think Josh Downs is a top 10 receiver.
All right.
All right. Yeah, there we go. I'm just up about Freddie Freeman. I mean, how could you not be?
Dude, yeah. I am also juiced up, but that was a given.
Yeah.
Yeah, fired up about
How
Freeman.
about these scumbag Yankee fans, man? Just
Dude, with the Mookie trying to take the ball out,
Well, and did you hear they're chirping Freddie during the stand up to cancer thing?
they're chirping Freddie. Dude,
Freddie's mom died from cancer.
yeah. Yankees are
Yankee
scum.
fans chirping him during the
Wow.
stand up.
You don't. That's why he hit an absolute nuke
It's
first
tough.
pitch.
That's a tough look for Yankee fans.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, Yankees fans are scums. Sorry, that's gonna be the title of the episode.
Yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan. I'll write it.
Hey, let's go.
Braden's an all New England guy. He's all Boston.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. We got to have him on more often.
Are you as well?
Talk a little basketball maybe now, like
He's-
NBA's going. No, I'm joking.
No, yeah, Murray's big Boston guy. He's got
Oh.
the What do you have? You have the World Series tattoo?
It's just the Red
Oh,
Sox
it's just
logo.
the Red Sox tattoo. Oh, I thought you got the World Series.
No,
I thought you were
that's
crazy.
crazy.
All right. Going into week 8. We'll start off with a little stardom situm. Braden, since you're our guest, you can go first. Who's your first start of the week?
Yeah, I got a first one. I gave a little hint at him. I'm going Josh Downs. With Flacco, he's averaging 8 receptions, 10 targets, 19 points a game. I think that's something that I think that's an easy win for him. 26% target share. And you're going against Minnesota's defense, who actually ranks 32nd in pass, believe it or not. I think it's because their offense has just been so good. They're allowing big plays. They're up in a lot of games. In the last 3 players in the slot have averaged 23 points per game against Minnesota's defense. So I'm going Josh Downs.
I like it.
I like it. That was one of mine. Just 19.
And are we doing how many are we doing? Are we doing more than one at a time?
We go around.
All right.
So we'll go around. So Casey, you want to jump up in there?
Yeah, I got DeAndre Swift at the Cardinals. Um, he kind of had a slower start last game, but he's really been turning it up last couple games. Um, and the Cardinals, they've allowed 7 different running backs on the year to score 15 points against them. So I'm liking Swift's chances. Yeah, I think he's in for a good week.
Yeah, this isn't I don't think it's a hot take necessarily, but I think after what I saw last week, Puka and Cup need to be back in your lineup and valued as where you drafted them,
Mhm.
you know, first and third round picks essentially right now.
Yeah.
I think they both need to don't overthink it. Don't think it was just a 1 week thing. Put them out there, trust
No.
it.
Just start your stars.
Yeah, they are stars, and I'll tell you what, I don't think the Rams season's over yet.
I don't think so. Another guy I'm looking at starting against at home, and he looks like he's starting to take over this backfield. At home against a bad Raiders team, I'm taking Chase Brown. I'm going to start Chase Brown wherever I can.
Absolutely. I had him on my list as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting with him wherever he can. There's one league I'm not starting him in, but I have Breece Hall, James Conner, and Kareem Hunt, so I'm gonna roll with those
I
guys.
love Kareem Hunt.
Dude, Kareem Hunt. I mean, he didn't have that great of a game last week, but still scored. Still got you at least 10, 11 points, whatever he got.
That's what he does.
I
Mhm.
slept on him this
Sure,
year.
where he was.
Yeah. Brandon.
So yeah, I'll go ahead with my next one. Cade Otton. So
Oh, yeah.
he's coming off. He led the team in catches, led the team in targets, yards, and touchdowns last week. So I think he's a tight end one going forward. Unfortunately, I think Evans is probably out another 2 to 3 weeks. He's pretty tough. Might come back sooner. But with Godwin gone, I mean Godwin was gobbling up all the targets this year, anyways. So I think McMillan. I don't know if he can be as elite as Godwin was. I think he'll get some. I think he'll get some targets, some catches, but I think that Otten's going to take a lot of that share. So I think Otten 29-point performance last week. I'm starting Otten.
I
Yeah.
like it.
No, I definitely.
With
Baker
those two out,
finds-
he's definitely stepped up big time.
Yeah,
Baker just throws hospital balls at him too.
dude, he got lit up.
Throws-
Yeah, Otten's a beast. That was a monster game on National Tight End Day.
Oh yeah.
How about National Tight End Day? The bet,
Dude, they know too, because you see all the stats, like how much more usage they're getting and stuff.
yeah,
Like
everybody knows. I
like
love National Tight
OC's
End Day.
OC's definitely got like a tight end package that they just save for that week and break it out.
Yeah, well, how about like the David Montgomery pass to Laporta?
Yeah, to Laporta.
Brock Wright was the one to score
Spiral,
first.
dude.
What?
Montgomery's ball, that was a tight spiral.
Well, he's a quarterback in high school.
I guess a lot of those guys were quarterbacks in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
He is an athlete.
Walking through a wagon.
All right. Well, for my next start, I got Xavier Worthy versus the Bucks. You're not going to start him as wide receiver one, wide receiver two, but if you're looking for a flex guy, this Bucks defense has not really been that great, especially their secondary. And Worthy's been, putting up a decent amount of points, enough for a flex throw if you need him. So I like him this week.
I 1,000% agree. That was one I was looking at as well. My last one is going to be Lad McConkey. I know that they're playing the Browns, great defense. Secondary, not as great as that run defense. I think that they might be able to not throw the ball around, but instead of leaning on the run game, maybe just some short passes instead. Especially if you're in a full PPR, I think Lad's gotta be out there.
All right. Just a rookie stardom this last round, kind of.
All of our rookies.
I'm going Keon Coleman as my if you need a
Wow.
flex spot. I know he zeroed against Miami the first game, but
Mhm.
Amari Cooper not only has helped the Bills, helped Keon Coleman a lot. Look at the two games that uh, Keon Coleman has played with Amari Cooper. He's gone for over, I think he's gone 17 and 18, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm looking at it in a bonus league, so it's probably 16 and 18. Um, he's I think Josh Allen's starting to find it, and I've seen a lot of the rookie wide receivers kind of kick it into gear the second half of the season. So if you need a flex guy, I like playing Keon Coleman.
I like it.
I'm
Does
about it.
does anybody else have any starts before we move to sits?
Those were my
That
starts.
was my stardoms.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, going to sits. Braden, start us off.
Yeah, I hate to start out with this, but I'm sitting my own Ramondre Stevenson. It's tough. Slow Patriots offense. He averaged 2.4 yards a carry last game. He had two touchdowns at the goal line, just to
That's all
kind of
it's
stat
gonna
pad a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a little bit disguised in his performance last week. But they're also going up against the Titans have the number one defense in yards allowed. So the least amount of yards allowed per game, but the 29th most points allowed per game. So they're on two sides of the scale. Very poor offensive play has a big role in that. So I think the Patriots have a tough one today, and I mean on Sunday, and I think Ramondre, he's gonna have to take a seat this one.
Nah. Look, I don't like starting any Patriot players, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting Javonte Williams this week. He was coming off the big one in week 7. Everyone thought he was going to explode week 8, getting Carolina a little lollipop matchup here. And he just, I don't know, 17 rushes for 44 yards, not that great. And now they played the Ravens, and they haven't allowed a single running back to rush for over 52 yards all year.
Wow.
So I will be sitting Javonte Williams.
This one people might not like, but I'm sitting Tank Dell. I get that he's like the number one receiver there with Nico and Diggs out, but that's the issue. He's now by far the number one receiver there, and they're just going to put sauce on him.
Yeah,
And like I like Tank, but Tank is not like Sauce is good against like some of the best receivers in the league, which Tank just isn't.
Yeah.
So I don't like anything that's going on with this Houston offense. I think Houston's going to have a really bad week this week.
I could see the only Houston guy I consider starting is Mixon, just because he's pretty much matchup proof.
That's what I mean. He's going to get his touches no matter what. But yeah, I really don't like this Houston offense. Short week, big injury, good defense. You know what I mean?
But the Jets are bad.
The Jets are bad, but you know what? This is the week.
I agree. The Jets need one. This is the week.
And this is a good win though, like against Houston on a short week, because now like you get like the mini bye where you get a rest a little longer. What's he drinking now? Cayenne pepper and water?
Yeah,
Is that what it's about
it's
now?
I guess. I mean,
Have you tried
I've
it?
heard that. No, but I've heard that like for
He's-
like weight loss,
yeah.
it's cayenne pepper, lemon, and water.
Interesting.
So I feel like that's good for you.
It's Aaron Rodgers is a psychopath. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got so many issues.
Yeah. My sit this week, Murray kind of touched on it. Good Cleveland run defense. I'm gonna sit J.K. Dobbins. After those two booms, you know, boom, week 1 and 2, uh, he hasn't really he did well against Denver, but he got 25 carries against Denver on night and 96 yards at a touchdown. And then Arizona had 14 carries for 40 yards, and then against New Orleans last week went 17 for 57 and scored a touchdown, which helped. But other than that, he's not really. I mean, he had his most targets and catches of the year in the at New Orleans game. I'm staying away from J.K. Dobbins. He's got some tough matchups coming up through weeks 9 through 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm staying away from J.K. Dobbins.
I like that. I got a fun fact. So halfway this season or after a couple games, I usually go through and look through the draft list of who was drafted when. And I would just like to point out that I drafted Ezekiel Elliott over J.K. Dobbins this year. Um, we don't need to comment any further on that, but just thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, if you were listening,
I can tell you, I guarantee I did the same in multiple leagues.
I think I might as well.
if you watched our draft podcast, all of us were high on Ezekiel Elliott, and then I brought up the point Ezekiel Elliott this year could be our Cam Akers from last year. We're all high on Cam Akers last year, and
Oh, he was gonna be so good.
he might be.
So yeah, you're not alone. We were the most pro Ezekiel Elliott podcast ever.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
All right, I'll move on to my next sit-em. So I said something briefly about it earlier, but I'm sitting ETN. They said that he should come back this week. They're optimistic. Peterson also said that he's going to be a lead back when he comes back. I'm not buying it. Bigsby's averaging 3.7 yards after contact. That's fourth in the NFL. BTJ likely out this week. Kirk out for the season. You got a stacked box also. I don't think he's an elite runner that's going to be getting to the second level very often. And I got a little bit of a hot take. I think if the Jags lose this week, I think ETN could be on the trade block.
Yeah.
I think they start selling.
They need to. I don't think they will because the NFL teams are cowards, but you're absolutely right. They should.
NFL teams are cowards.
I think they should. And he has an attractive contract. So whoever takes them on only has to pay him 7 million over 2 years.
Hey, and you know what? There's a lot of teams that could use a running back.
Jerry, get on it. I'm talking to you,
Jerry
Jones.
wouldn't get him if he was free.
Yeah.
So we got Zeke and Dalvin Cook. We're good.
I know, yeah. Jerry thinks it's 2016.
Yeah. No, Jerry. It's not.
All right, yeah. Well, for my sit-em, a guy that I thought was massively overrated on draft day, and Murray, you brought it up with Tank Dell, CJ Stroud. I am not starting CJ Stroud this week. You know, he's a good quarterback, that's what I said, but he's not the greatest fantasy quarterback. And I don't know what's going to change from last year to this year. Not much has changed. He's the same guy. He was getting drafted too early, and now he's out his top two wide receivers, and Tank Dell's going to be covered in sauce. I don't know. I don't like him this week.
I agree. I hear you. Yeah, I kind of got a 2-for-1 here. Tua and Jalen Waddle. I'm out on them. The Dolphins. You got to start Tyreek Hill because he's Tyreek Hill. And the running backs, I don't think it really matters. But Jalen Waddle and Tua, I just think they're terrible.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle's not terrible. Excuse me. I worded that incorrectly. Jalen Waddle can't be productive because of how bad Tua is.
I'm sitting Waddle this week as well.
Yeah,
I have to play him in a league, so
that's unfortunate.
yeah, it's tough. He's my wide receiver too, because my regular wide receiver one got hurt. It was Rashee Rice. And then I had Drake London. He's been doing well. Jalen Waddle was my wide receiver 3.
He's into the 2 slot now.
Yeah. Yeah, Murray in the All Pros League, my 2 flex spots are Waddle and Tank Dell.
That's brutal. I
Would
mean,
you
hey,
start
Which, by the way, the
who plays Wan'Dale Robinson or Bucky Irving over those guys?
why not? Your team's buns anyways.
yeah,
I think it's fine.
you're not at the
What are
top
you?
like
What
us.
are you? How many wins you got? 2, 3?
Great.
Yeah.
It's a good team, though.
Oh.
Jost, we're still top of that league, right?
Yeah,
You
so
just beat
since
me this week,
I
right?
beat you, but you're
So you're
still
the one
first.
now? Oh,
No,
I am still
you're
first.
still first because you have 60 more points than I do. Just about.
We're the only two over 1,000, and we both have 1,100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suck at this.
Um uh you said okay, yeah, you said. Another guy I'm also considering sitting this week. I just had him.
The entire Dallas Cowboys.
The other day, yeah. Except oh, uh I I don't know if you're actually still playing him just because he's coming into a new offense, but I did not like the Deontay Johnson trade to Baltimore. I think his fantasy wise, I think it's good for the Ravens because I think they add a decent, pretty good receiver. But I just don't think he's going to get fed like he would have in Carolina.
Yeah.
So and also coming to a new offense. Sometimes you start off slow. I know D Hop and Amari Cooper.
I agree. I don't like him this week.
Yeah, didn't really start off slow, but Amari Cooper had. I mean, the first half he was 0 catches or whatever.
Well, and then last week he had a terrible week.
Yeah,
Did he?
they get one catch.
Terribly. Like what, like half a point or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I did not
Yeah.
know. I didn't. With work, sometimes I don't watch those games.
Terrible game.
I had Deontay sitting as well. That was one of the
Yeah.
guys that on my list. Run first offense, not working. But to talk about that trade, Carolina gets a fifth and Ravens get Deontay in a sixth. But the kicker is that Deontay is an unrestricted free agent. So if he goes, they're saying that the Ravens are going to get an additional fifth round pick. Yeah, I just read that this morning that Sheffer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so they can get a comp pick if
So they
Deontay
could get a
is,
sixth and a fifth?
yep. So they already got the sixth, and then they're
If
saying
what? If what has to happen?
if Deontay leaves next year, the Ravens.
So
So
if he
they,
signs anywhere other than Baltimore,
they just
they
got
essentially
Deontay
have to
Johnson
like
for
give
free.
the fifth back.
Yeah, that's no, not the fifth back. I think it's a comp pick from the NFL is what I'm
Oh,
understanding.
okay. So the Panthers aren't giving up a pick.
No, I don't think it's no, not the
Okay, so the Ravens just get a pick then.
yeah. So the Ravens already
What a
got the
great
sixth.
situation for the Ravens.
It's perfect.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who's the GM for the Ravens? He's been
They
making
just
some
got
good
him for
moves.
free.
Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah.
I think that trade's gonna work out well.
I do
Does
too.
it scare you off if you have Zay Flowers at all?
Not yet. I'd wait till I have to see it. I want to see
Yeah.
something to be scared
It
about.
stared me off, Zay Flowers, before the trade even went through. Zay Flowers hater.
Zay Flowers hater?
I do not like Zay Flowers.
Oh my God. I'm so in on every part of this Ravens offense. Mark Andrews is even alive.
I know Mark Andrews. I might start in the like alumni league. I might start him. I say they were the alumni league. There's no actives in that league anymore. So, but Murray, you know which one I'm talking about.
The Baldini League.
Yeah. The one where Dom can't figure out a win.
Is he winless?
No. He won last week. He's 2-6.
Oh, okay.
Again, you and I are 2-3 in that league. Number 2, number 3. But I'm almost going double tight end with Mark Andrews and Kate Otten.
I really am excited because Hawkinson's supposed to be back this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need that little boost right now.
Absolutely.
Back-to-back losses.
Coming off the bye, that's weird too, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it killed their momentum, but they'll get rolling again.
Does anybody else have any sits?
No.
All right. Does anybody have any Stream City guys this week? Defense, quarterback, tight end.
Always.
Okay.
The Patriots defense.
Patriots.
Very rarely do I like anything.
I was looking at them.
I just the Titans offense. I could say the Titans, but I don't know because I hear Drake May might play, and I'll be real. Look, It was frisky last week before he went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's playing, I don't like the Titans defense. Drake May's exciting, but I do like the Patriots defense.
But if Jacoby Brissett plays,
oh, God, I love Jacoby Brissett. He's a warrior. He really is.
he's not good at football.
He's just a locker room
but
guy.
that's not the point. We say he's this like punching bag that we just send out behind this poverty offensive line, and it's like, look, Jacoby, you just are gonna get the shit beat out of you, but that needs to happen so Drake can like blossom into this beautiful quarterback. And Jacoby was just like, I will do this for you. And that's what's happening right now.
All right. You got Braden Casey. Do you have any stream guys this week?
Not really. I mean, I'm running it back with Saints defense against Carolina. It worked out so good last time, so I'm gonna do it again. That's about it.
Yeah, no, nothing much. I was actually going to take the opposite. I'm taking Titans defense if Jacoby's playing.
See, no, that's fair. If Jacoby's playing, I totally agree.
Yeah, not with Drake May. He can use his legs. He can actually throw the deep ball.
Yes.
I'm not scared of the Patriots with Brissett in there, to be honest.
I mean, the Eagles' defense against Jacksonville, they look so bad right now.
Yeah, like
No
Eagle
BTJ.
defense scares me because like you could play them in against a bad team and they'll still give up 20 points.
I'd say the Vikings, but I'm not going against Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco scares me.
No, Joe Flacco does scare me.
But yeah, that's all
I got
City.
I don't know if I would stream him this week because he is playing the Baltimore Ravens. But Murray brought up a good point last week that Bo Nix has to show something. I think he showed something last week against the. I know it was against.
I agree.
29 points, fantasy points. He played very well. I think Bo Nix is a good streaming option, or just a bench stash. You got bye week coming up. Do it. Do it now so you can. You don't have to scramble that week that you're.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Bo Nix too. I had him written down, just someone that I'd pick up. It says 5-1 since week 2, 1 turnover, 11 touchdowns, facing a beat up Ravens secondary that just allowed 300 yards and 3 touchdowns to Winston, going out and just airing the ball out. And Winston had no turnovers. Sorry, he had a fumble.
Yeah, but he should have had 3. He should have had 3.
Is Jameis somebody to stream? Those 30 touchdowns, 30 picks?
I think I like Jameis Winston as a person, as a quarterback.
The world is a better place when Jameis Winston is in it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because in college he was kind of like a scumbag.
He was young. He didn't.
I know, but like I don't even know when like this flip happened.
I think it was always there because I don't know who was his coach at Florida State.
It was that little piece of shit that went to A&M after.
I can't
Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah. They were doing like an interview with Jimbo Fisher, and remember the instance where he came out in uniform?
He was suspended and he came out in uniform.
So that wasn't apparently that wasn't his fault. Apparently the like training staff or whatever put his uniform in this locker. And so in Jameis's mind, he was like, "Oh, I'm playing." And
something must have happened.
Yeah, something must have happened. Yeah, so but I don't know. I think it's always been there. It just had the media. We haven't known about it.
He's just an electric factory.
He's just it's and I think it says something about when you have a like good person or good like person as your
good vibes.
Yeah, instead of a scumbag, not a vibe vampire. But I think
he's always been a good fantasy QB.
Oh, I mean, his 30-30 season was great.
He was so good.
I had him in a league where it was 6 points for a passing touchdown, but minus 1 point for an interception.
Oh my God.
So it didn't matter. Let's move on to game picks.
So we have the updated standing. I didn't do the percentages, and I'm not gonna right now.
That's fine.
But so we didn't have the calculations the last 2 weeks. I am 35, 24 and 1. Casey is 32, 27 and 1. And Juice, round of applause for Juice. He is making a big comeback. He is 25, 34 and 1.
What am I on the last 2 weeks? I'm like above
I
500.
want to say you only had 4 losses when I was doing it.
I'm above 500 then. I had a good week. I know.
No, you did. I think over the last 2 weeks, you did something crazy. You went like 8-4, 9-4, something like that.
We're ready to rock, man.
And I think Casey did like the opposite. And I didn't do. I believe if I was right, I was 1 or 2 games below 500 for the 2 weeks. But yeah, game picks.
Game picks.
Kind of a lame slate this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you
college, at least. The first game, this is an exciting one. Ohio State at Penn State. It's at 9 a.m. because the Big Ten thinks that night games aren't fun, right?
It's big noon Saturday, dude. Come on.
Dude, it's so irritating. Like, just give us this game at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So stupid. But anyways, Ohio State -3.5 at Penn State. As always, we start with Jose until he gets above 500.
I think Will Howard is a bad quarterback. I'm taking Penn State. I like them being at home. I don't know. I'm hoping Drew Aller plays. If not, though, I think that backup, I think he can suffice. I think they'll be all right.
All right. Juice has got Penn State. We'll just go in the circle again.
Yeah, I'm taking Penn State too. Penn State at home. I think you have to ride with it. I think it might tilt me the other way if Ohio State was at home. But to be honest, with Judkins and Henderson, they haven't been running the best. Last game, Judkins averaging 2.9 a carry and Henderson averaging 2.5 a carry. And that's against Nebraska. So I do think they're going to struggle. I'm taking Penn State +3.5.
Case?
I'm actually going to go and take Ohio State here. Um, on the road, still favorites, and it's 3.5 points. Yeah, I still think they're the better team, and I don't think that this is a game where, they already lost to Oregon. This is a game that they kind of need to win. They don't need to win it, I guess, but it's a must-win game for them, and I think they're going to come out strong, come out firing. I don't see them losing this game.
And honestly, like I joke about the 9 a.m. thing. If this is the Penn State whiteout game, I might pick Penn State. I'm going to pick Ohio State, but I really think like that's a huge difference maker in this game. The atmosphere, I'm sure it'll still be lively and stuff like that, but this game being at noon instead of being a nighttime game, that's just completely changes the vibe. I like Ohio State in this.
Okay.
Next, Oregon at Michigan. Oregon -15, over 2 touchdowns in the big house. Juice, we'll start with you.
What did I say that I thought Michigan was frauds in against Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, doubling down. I'm taking Oregon.
All right.
I'm right in that. I can't go with Michigan. There's no reason for me to back Michigan. I want to say that Warren just got announced as starter again this week.
Yeah, because the other cat retired. Retired from football.
Yeah, 5th concussion.
Yeah.
So he's gone. I mean, they've had a QB carousel all year. I can't do it. I can't go with Michigan. Warren, I think, is the better QB. Orgy, he's a glorified running back. I'm rocking with Oregon.
I was about to say, can we say his name on this podcast? Probably. It's fine.
Just did.
Yeah, I'm ripping Oregon as well. I think we've said like Oregon's had a tough time kind of like blowing teams out and crushing like this. I think they're going to crush Michigan.
Yeah.
Until they do it, I'm gonna want to see it. There was the Illinois win was very impressive. Just not winning the game, but by the margin, obviously, that they won. But I'm going to take Michigan here. Two touchdowns at home. I don't think Michigan can win the game, but I think losing by 2 touchdowns seems reasonable to me. Next, this is a fun ACC game, which is crazy to say because it's these two teams. One of which is undefeated, and I think the other only has one loss, so it does have some playoff implications. With this being the last week before the 12 team committee, I was looking at it, and there's like 34 teams that could still make the playoffs or something
Yeah.
like that, realistically. So it's not even worth really discussing that. But the game this week, Pitt at SMU, SMU -7.5. It's a big number. Juice.
So I'm gonna be honest. The only time I've watched either of these two teams is when SMU played the Nevada.
Mhm.
I've only watched highlights other than that. I'm just gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna take SMU because I think their jerseys are cooler than Pitt's.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm going Pitt +7.5 here. Pitt defense came out swinging last game, 3 pick sixes in the first half, 5 interceptions. Um, I think if Pitt can even replicate a quarter of what they did on defense against the last game against Syracuse, I mean they killed Syracuse. And also SMU's quarterback is up in the air. He might not play. So I'm going Pitt +7.5.
I like
Pitt's
Pitt here as well.
quarterback. Wait, just real quick, just throw it. Pitt's quarterback is also very up in the air.
I saw that as well. I'm taking the defense if it comes down to it.
I like it. I like it. Chase?
Yeah, I'm taking Pitt for all those same reasons. I just think, they can lose by less than a touchdown and still cover that spread.
I am also taking Pitt. I really hadn't paid attention to them until this last week when I watched who'd they beat up on? Syracuse?
Yeah, Common
Syracuse, I
Cord.
think.
Common
Yeah. And
Cord.
Syracuse isn't a bad
Yeah.
team, and Pitt beat up on them. So that was very impressive. But switching over to the NFL now. The Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Huge game in that division. Detroit is -3.5. Juice.
Like we said last week, Detroit is the best team in the NFC. I'm taking the Honolulu Blue, the Lions.
I love that. Detroit, I don't think they're the best team in the NFC. I think they're the best team in the NFL. I'm riding with them.
Hey now.
Wow.
I think they're the best team out there. I think Green Bay has a really good secondary. I think Xavier McKinney's obviously is playing really well. The problem with the Lions is they will run all over you and they will throw it if they need to. I think they're going to acquire someone by the deadline. I think they're going to
Yeah,
get
you
someone
saw
on
that Dan
defense.
Campbell reaction the other day.
Yeah, I
He
think they're
was
getting
so
someone on
shocked.
defense, and I think that's going to be the finishing touch for them. I think they win it.
He's calling it here, folks. Detroit Lions, Super Bowl champions.
I'm calling it. I got a future on it too.
Casey, I'm sure you're taking the Lions as well, right?
Of course not. No. See, I have a future on the Packers. I think I guess I haven't really looked into Jordan Love's status. I'd like to think he's going to be okay.
You're just believing in your heart he's
I'm
good.
believing it in my gut. I feel like he's going to be okay. It wasn't a knee thing. It was like a groin. You can throw the ball with a banged up groin. Um, so I'm going to take the Packers. Even lose by a field goal and we still cover. But I think this is the one to win because it's going to be really tough for the Packers later in the year to go in Detroit and beat the Lions.
Agreed.
Gotta win this one. It's a shame you won't. Give me the Lions.
I think Amon Ra, he got beard poured on him last time when he was in
Yep.
well, he just goes off. I think he just sticks it to him.
I
He
still
hates
think
Green Bay.
if we never had that Equinemius St. Brown guy, we would have drafted Amon Ra because we could have. And No, we drafted like
Amari Rogers.
yeah, like
That's what you
it's like
did.
what the hell? But that Equinemius
But to be fair,
yeah,
you also cried the night they drafted Jordan Love.
I didn't cry. I was bitching
And,
in my
and
room.
look how that's working out now. You're pretty
Oh
happy.
yeah. No, see, it took me the night, and then the next day I was like, okay, look, I don't care if he's good, I don't care if he sucks. We'll find out in 3 fucking years. But I'll root for the guy. Okay, I'll support him. Everyone's gonna hate him. He's my guy. But the night of, I was wildly upset. Yeah.
The next game, we've talked. I think we're gonna have a sweep on this game. I feel like I know what everyone's picking. The Rams at the Seahawks. The Rams -2. Juice.
Dude, I said the Rams could win the NFC East or West. I'm gonna taking the Rams, baby. Taking the Rams. -2.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams as well.
They're
I
back.
think if I had a completely healthy DK Metcalf, I honestly think I'd swing Seahawks, but I don't think he's healthy enough. Gino played great the whole season. Besides last game, he really blew up. Um, I'm taking the Rams -2.
Um. Hmm. I'm also going to take the Rams. I think that their offense with their two receivers back is it's back. Their offense is going to be lethal again. Um, it just totally changes how that whole team plays.
Yeah.
So I like the Rams as well. And the road favorites, they've been covering, right? Except for
They
the Vikings,
have been. It's
but the
been a
Vikings
problem for the
but the
book. Let
Vikings
me tell
played the
you.
Lions the week before, so
Uh-oh, my
yeah.
Mac is gonna go to
But
sleep
yeah,
soon.
I'm taking the Rams here.
I am also going to take the Rams here. We're all Rams believers on this podcast. We've believed in them all year. Uh, this is kind of it, though. I feel like if they don't win this game, I feel like it's probably over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that as Rams fans, we're going to stand by them and go with the clean sweep here on the Rams.
I think we're a clean sweep the next game too,
You do.
to be honest.
Chiefs at Bucks. Chiefs -8.5. That is a big number. Jose.
That is a big number.
It's a huge number. 8.5 is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs. I think their defense is gonna hold this Bucks offense, and I think they win by 10.
I'm taking the Bucks. I think with their three running backs, I think they keep it close. I don't think they win. I think they keep it within contention. I think Baker showed that last week that he can stick in it, even with a few turnovers. I'm taking the Bucks +8.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks here too. Another thing about the Chiefs is obviously they win, but they don't always blow the other team out, especially this year. I feel like a lot of their games have been, in that kind of like they've been close, even against not the greatest team. So I like the Bucks to keep within 8.5 there. I think that's just too big of a number.
I am going to take the Chiefs here. I think that if you're going to attack this Chiefs defense, the secondary is the place to do it. And if they had Evans and Godwin, I think this would actually be a very interesting game. But without them, I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball against that Chiefs, defensive front. I think they're going to struggle. I like the Chiefs.
Chiefs have 5 one-score wins this season.
They are, yeah. This is, I mean, as a Patriots fan, this is just what the Patriots used to do, where they're having like
Yeah.
a ho-hum year. Everybody's like, "What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them?" They're undefeated. They haven't lost yet. They're the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Like, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna, even if this, they don't cover this game, they'll win this game, but people will still find things to talk about.
All right. Moving on. just at the end here, hot takes. What do we like hot takes this week? What are some of your hot takes? Braden, you want to start us off?
Maybe come back to me for this week, but I got one for the year.
Okay.
Um,
That'll surprise.
mine for the year, Burrow finishes at QB1 and the Bengals miss the playoffs.
Wow.
I don't think their defense can stop anyone. I don't even know if they could stop the Panthers right now. I'm taking Burrow to keep on balling out, and I don't know if the Bengals can make it. I think they have to win. Gosh, I think they only can lose one or two more games, maybe two more games the rest of the season to even have a shot.
Yeah. What are they?
Oh,
Are they 2-5?
I think so.
All right. Yeah, that is true. Case.
No, I mean Burrow said it. They kind of need to win out if they're going to make the postseason.
Yeah.
They're 3-5 right now.
Yeah, I mean, So his whole thing was they got to win. They got to win like 9 or 10 games was his point. So they can only lose like 2 more from here on out type deal.
Yeah.
9, 10 games is what he said. So
Damn. They got at Ravens, at Cowboys, at
They can
Steelers.
beat the Cowboys. I could see them beating the Cowboys that game.
Yeah, they could beat the Cowboys.
They can beat the Cowboys.
And then that last week at Steelers, they could be fighting for it, honestly.
Yeah.
They have a shot.
Steelers keep playing like they have been.
dude, the Steelers are so stupid. I hate the Steelers. So
I know,
much.
dude. They just find a way to win. Like
That Monday night game was probably the worst football game I've ever watched.
I'm glad I didn't even get to watch it. I got home from at like
Dude,
8
and then the
o'clock.
Giants start driving. I need 6 points out of Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm thinking touchdown. And Daniel Jones just gets like, oh my God. They just take the ball from him. It was like stealing from a baby.
I was so annoyed I had to watch because I had the George Pickens implications. So obviously it became really. I was so looking forward. It was like the World Series is on. The Celtics were playing the Bucks that night. Like there was like a good night of sports on to have a shitty Monday night game. Huh?
Yeah, it was the sports equinox.
That's what I mean. Like there was a lot of good stuff on. So it's like, well, I don't really have to care that the Monday night game isn't good. Like there's so much other. But now all of a sudden I have to like watch every Steelers drive like with my so clenched. But you got it done.
Yep. All right, we're hot takes though.
Yeah.
All right, I got Jameis to turn the Browns around. Beat the Chargers this week.
Wow.
I like that.
It's a real hot take. They're +2 at home.
They just beat Baltimore. They were what, probably like plus.
No, I'm saying that it's not a very hot take. I don't think that's crazy.
To beat the Chargers this week or to turn around for the rest of the season?
Both.
Oh, okay.
turn-
Turn around. So you think Jameis leads them to the playoffs?
No.
Oh,
But you think they have a better year than they would have with Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, like they could finish, just a little bit under 500 instead of a lot.
okay.
I might have one for the year. I might roll on the same train as Casey this week. And do one for the year and this week.
I got one for you. The Patriots are going to win this week. Patriots.
Yeah, I like that one.
Patriots
I
are
like
going
that
to
one. Flacco
win.
leads the Colts to a wild card, that 7th seed wild card spot.
Oh, no way. Get out of here.
Jameis does that.
Oh. No, you're crazy.
Look.
Look.
The schedule's doable.
What did we say? The AFC is not as hard, is not as difficult, like it's not as good as the NFC.
No, the AFC isn't. I mean, because you have the Bills, and then you have the AFC North is good. But here's the thing: we all are expecting the Bengals to turn it around. They actually just need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Steelers, again, we're all expecting them to fall off, but that actually needs to happen too.
I don't think that's crazy to say that the Colts slip into the playoffs.
I do. That's a preposterous.
Well, it's a hot take, so
it is. You're right.
Mr.
It is the hot take.
Patriots are going to win this week.
That's what hey, look, they don't do that very often.
They were playing the probably the worst team in the NFL.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The
Worst
Titans.
team?
Put the Titans against the Panthers and see what happens.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone's worse than the Panthers right now. Their only shot was holding on to Chuba Hubbard, and as soon as he slipped his play the last 2 weeks,
Where's the boy Jonathan Brooks at?
dude, I
I
got him
don't want to
sitting
get him
on the
hurt
bench.
this year.
I don't know. It's taken a while.
He's
Everyone
projected to
that
play this week.
stashed him. We're just sitting here right now.
Yeah,
like,
we're just sitting. I have
Yeah,
him
we're like,
stashed
what's
in the
going
league.
on with this
yeah,
guy?
like, hey, I just saw you. I was looking at setting my lineup and down there in that IR spot. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think I never mind. I don't think they beat Minnesota. I think Minnesota's defense too good, but I still think Flacco's going to throw for 2+ touchdowns.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love Flacco.
Joe Flacco belongs in a home.
Flacco is good. Joe Flacco is elite.
Did you
I
know
like Joe
that we're
Flacco.
only 1 week away from the most magical thing ever? Nevada
Great
Wolf
deadline.
basketball.
Nevada Wolfpack basketball.
We're so back.
See, Braden goes to ASU. He has good. He has
We
decent basketball.
crushed Oregon in a scrimmage by like
Yes, in the closed gym scrimmage, we did. Shout out Rothstein for getting that information out to us. Shout
Braden,
out.
did you know you took 2 of our better Nevada basketball players a few years ago?
Oh, we didn't want them anyways. They were assholes.
No,
They
I don't
they
follow
were
basketball.
assholes. No, I'm telling you, I got a prediction. This team, Mountain West, not regular season, tournament champions. Mountain West tournament champions. They're going to finish third in the regular season.
Behind
And
who?
then win the tournament.
Behind
Boise,
Boise State
Boise's going to
and
win the
Sandy?
regular season, and then
Who else is good this year? San Diego
Utah
State.
State might be good. New Mexico is supposed to be good again.
Okay.
I'm going to say New Mexico finishes second in the regular season. We finish third, but we win the Mountain West tournament.
All right.
And then win the national title.
All right. Yeah, I like that. All right. I think that's it. That's all we got, unless you guys have anything else to say. Thanks for coming on, Braden. I know you're busy.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to have him on again. Talk some.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
The
Appreciate having me on.
I'm over at
Patriots
his apartment every weekend watching football. So
We'll next week we'll have Panic Button and what was it? Pretender Contender.
are we doing playoffs?
I don't know what we'll do next week. We'll look. We'll see where teams stand and who is interested to talk about. And then we'll also be able to discuss the college football standings because those rankings come out this week.
All right.
Again, too many hypotheticals to get into.
Too many hypotheticals. All right. Well, we'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye.